Three Rivers Archery, your longbow and recurve experts.
Today we're going to show you how to fletch an arrow. So we have the arrow shaft from our last video where we defletched it, took the fletchings off on it. Now we're ready to fletch it. What I have for tools is we have cap wraps, I have a fletcher, and I have three fletchings. One of them preloaded, and then I've got two others here. These all match. The left wing 5-inch shield's what we're doing. I've got my jig that I've preset. Everything's good to go there. And then for glue, I'm using an accelerator and Goat Tough fletching glue because those go well together. That glue, you can use an accelerator on to speed the process up. So what you take is your cap wrap, use your pocket knife, slowly peel it off so it stays nice and smooth. I use what I have here is a mouse pad because it's flat, but it has a little bit of cushion to it, and I really like that. Because if you do this on a flat surface, if there's any ridge or edges to it, the cap wrap might wrinkle a bit. So what I do, tricks for putting on cap wraps, is with my arrow here, or my shaft here, is I line it up looking straight down, and I have just a bit of the edge on my side of the wrap so that I can see that white. So that lets me know that I'm putting it on straight, and we'll do it on this side so maybe it's easier for the camera to pick up. I'll close one eye just so I'm looking straight down, and I just want to have, to over exaggerate here, I want it to be even. I don't want it to be crooked like that. And then press straight down. Ooh, make sure I got it lined up right there. Press down, and I roll back to catch that lip, and then I roll this way, watching my edge over here because that's where I'm keeping it straight on. Like that, got a nice clean edge for it. And you can do all, however many arrows you're doing at a time. With that done, we've got our wrap here. Grab our Bitzenberger jig. Look for the notch of where I want the cock feather to be. I've already preloaded in my fletching. Grab my glue. And this is just trying to have a keen eye, not putting big globs of glue, but just enough, and it is going to press smooth or express out when you press it down on there or down on the shaft. But a nice steady glue line. And if you go too much, it just leaves for sloppiness on the shaft. That's one of the things, is the more you do it, the better off you're going to be. Trying to do it where everyone else can see and not be meticulous. It's not terribly easy. All right, so we have that in there. The accelerator just says to spray it. Actually, it needs to dry, so one little trick. Then I have it preset on the notch, I know, so all my fletchings end up the same spot. Back down the jig so it's sitting flush against that. It's in the magnet. And then it's just pressing it down nice and smooth. And the biggest thing to note here, I did it off camera here, but because this is my jig I've used a lot, is making sure that you have it all set where the feather is going to sit on there. So do it before you fletch or put the glue on it, and make sure that the base of the fletching is sitting flat against the shaft all the way around. It is, with all the adjustment that these fletching jigs can offer, it feels good to want a super twist all the way around, but if you go too far over, the shaft's going to curve down and that flat of the fletching is just going to stick out there, and then you have a lip. And that could be problematic to where it's going to, some pressure comes in there, it's going to pop your fletching off. So just to make sure that it's sitting flush on there. And then slowly open, pop it off, go on to the next. And I'll just show you, I guess, the process there. I slide that feather in there, slide it up. I know it's the second notch. I got a little pencil mark, probably hard to see on the camera, but bring it there, down, line it up, make sure it sits right. I don't know if it can be picked up in the camera or not, but I know that it's flush against it. So like I said, it's very appealing to get as much helical twist around the shaft as you can, which I think is great because the sooner that arrow starts spinning, the more accurate it can be. Yes, you can lose distance speed-wise, but I like my arrow to be precision accurate, so I'd rather have it spinning more. But you just have to be conscious of where it's hitting. Yeah, where it's hitting on the shaft. Now on my jig, I put some Teflon tape, which is this on either side, if you can even pick up that it's a little bit off. And that is for if too much glue does get and it dribbles off to the side, that glue will not be stuck to my actual jig. Now when I'm done, I like to put a drop of glue on the back and leading end of the Fletch. That way when it breaks the edge, so if it's ever on my finger, it doesn't dig in there, there's nothing that can get underneath and pop it off. Because I don't shoot off the knuckle, but I like to know that my fletchings are very secure. We should be good from the spraying I did before for the accelerator. Switch over here. It sits there. Now, if you're not using an accelerator, it depends on the glue. I err on the side of caution where if it says it's a 2-minute dry time, I give it 5 or have even given it 10. With the accelerator, it's nice just because you can keep going and go fast for it. But I wouldn't put too much pressure on fletchings over there. I'll just let it sit there and let it continue to go for it, or continue to set. But always look at your glue, see what it is, what works with it, what doesn't, how much time it needs. Some of them have a set time, then they have a sometimes overnight for dry time. Or I'm sorry, dry time first and then set time. Just, be cautious. I usually, especially with glue, I won't take this out and go shoot it the same day. I'll let it sit overnight just so that I know that glue is secure and dried on it. All right. And I think that's enough. We don't need to do all 3 for the video. But yeah, that is exactly what you're going to do for fletching to get them on there. And now, if you have any questions on how to fletch arrows, I know this was pretty quick and down and dirty for it, but please comment below. We'll be happy to answer any question we can. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really like the video, please hit that share button to share with your friends and family. I'm Jonathan Karch with 3 Rivers Archery. Thanks for watching.